Welcome you all. I hope you had a good break and had something to eat. So what I planned, as I told you, we will start with. Oh, sorry, I have to record it here also. Let me do that. Yeah, locally also I'm recording it. Okay, so the plan is to explain some more on strings, maybe formats. Okay, string formats. Then we will go into lab two. I will say tell you two problems which you can work on, and mostly whatever you have learned so far are the libraries which I did not introduce everything. You need to explore it yourself, some of those libraries. But it will be a good exercise to try it out yourself and then figure it out. But I'm there. You can always chat on the window to find out if you have any problems, or in terms of how to look at the problem or solve the problem. You can always discuss. It's an open platform where you can discuss in the chat window how to do certain things. It's not very complex. It's a simple problem, string based problems. So I'm going to explain that at the maybe after from 40 minutes or something. You can decide to take a break in between, or it's a free. We can you can just take a break of yourself and then come back. No issues. Okay. So let us first start with some more on strings before we go into the lab. Okay, so what I wanted to cover, let me complete it and then we'll go on. Okay, so I said that overloading of functions, okay, overloading of operators similar to C++. So now let us start our own friend my string 1. Okay, then my string 2. Now I want to see whether if they are equal. Very simple. I can do similar to what you do with any other data type. So if else, all of them need to end with it, one colon, and then print the strings are equal. Sorry. Else okay. So here you have to have else. Okay. In case if you want to continue with other if condition, then what you normally do in C is else if, but here they have cut down that. So you can have else if another condition. Okay. So that's one thing. Okay. Now we are not interested in that now. Else. And one more thing I'll tell you, the comparison here behaves a little differently when you are, especially when you are implementing the problem 1 that I am going to give you. You need to have a comparison of so many string library output. So I suggest you put a parenthesis around, okay, for every comparisons, okay, and it also looks, I don't know the coding guidelines recommends or not, but I feel that this will be a good thing. So maybe I will document it here. I try keep the parenthesis in your while code, in your code, okay, for if conditions. Okay, that's good suggestion. Okay, I feel it is good. Now what is happening? It is printing. I'm continuing with the old one, so that's why you are seeing the other things also. Okay, so now strings are not equal. Okay, it's very straightforward. I don't need to test it with the other option. Okay, Fine. Now I want to give you some introduction about um, different syntax that you are already aware of in C. Okay, they are available here also. Okay, now how to use it? Now that we will see. Not all of them, at least few of them I will tell you. Okay, let me. Okay, now I love Python because here I can say format. Okay, and then I can just say it's a beautiful language. So it prints you the value. What is this? So this gives you a means of feeding in some strings into that. Okay, you can also mention some format strings there. Okay, percentage D or F, all those things you can do. Okay, that also I will tell you. Otherwise, you can just form a string. This indicates that something from formatting has to be fed into this in place of this. Okay, this will be printed as it is, and then this will be processed, and it will not print this flower brackets, but it takes the whatever you are giving it as a format. It gives you the string it is taking. Now you are not using any of the percentages, so let us try to do that now. Now let me print another one. Print the price of the actually this is irritating, so maybe I will disable this. Okay, I don't know whether you guys getting distracted by this. I think, what is that? I forgot. Must be for the not this. I forgot about it. Okay, we will not profiler, completion and linting. Okay, this show automatic completes after characters entered. I have put 1. That's why every character I put with this. I'm just making it 10 now, just to. Okay, maybe I will disable this also. Okay, that is better. If I enable this, and the number of characters will be active, so I am disabling this, so I will not get this distracting pop-up every time. Okay, now, okay, some floating point number. What do I want? I want maximum precision of so this gives me a floating point number, but it doesn't act on it. Okay, the reason is I have given it without any flower bracket. Okay, or I have not used the format. Okay, both. Okay, let me explain what is happening here. I have given some formatting, but it's not like a printf where percentage this will take care of. It is like another parameter, and this is treated like a actual string. Okay, so it prints the actual string as it is. It doesn't, format is not happening here. Okay, now how do I do? Okay, let me show you different ways of using it so that you will know that what you need to do to make this work. You wanted this precision but you are not used it properly. So one way of doing it is remove this parenthesis, comma, and then say it's a parameter. Okay, parameter for the formatting. Now if you do this, it takes care of the precision that you are expecting. So it is printing only the 2. Here it is unlimited, so it is just given this maximum. Okay, now let me do the same thing little bit. Let me make it 5. Now what happens? Because I have given a bigger number, it doesn't let me reduce it. Okay, now let us see. Now it takes care of maximum 5 including the decimal 5 values. Okay, now suppose if I make it one more, I will show you. I think this is all very obvious, you can figure it out yourself also. Since this is bigger value and then you are given 2 here, it is taking 2 decimal points, and then since it cannot limit within the 5, it goes beyond the 5, otherwise it limits with the 5 values. Okay, suppose if I this is giving a width and then the fractional part is given there. Now this is one way of calling the parameters with the formatting. Okay, this percentage is there and then this percentage tells you that you are giving the input. Now input parameter, so how it will match with the number of things you have, percentage f's you have. Now another way of doing it is you can have a format, which I explained it. If you are using format, this percentage is not needed, so the format is applied on top of the string. Okay, now let me see whether there is an error here. When I use the format, I need to have this one. So this is little confusing. I will tell you the easiest way of doing things also once we use it. Now what do I do? Here percentage is not there, so that is another problem. So let me type it 0 colon 1.2 1 colon 1.2. Yes, now let me explain what is happening. So I will explain you what is 1 there. Now let me type it once again. This is the index actually, how many parameters you are passing. Okay, so inside this I can pass some number. One second, let me check it once. I don't know what is the problem here. think 0 is. Okay, let us see the format. This is because of the extra parameter that I am giving. Okay, now once again let me tell you other way of this is different formats are there. Okay, the either you can use it as a percentage and then parameter, or format with the input parameter, and number of parameters. If you increase, then you need to increase the number of values that you are giving here. Okay, so let me check it up. I need to check this up. Okay, need to check this the format values. Okay, let me go over to the other one. Now suppose if you want to capitalize the things. Okay, let me explain what I some of the functions I will use show you. Yeah, sample line, and then I say capitalize. If you know, this is going to make the first character capitalize it. Okay, this is first characters will be capitalized, not the individual line. Okay, now if I want to make completely upper, then you can do the upper and then do it. Okay, let me just do once how to call those functions. The string based functions can be called from the string object dot upper, then it makes all of them upper. Okay, there are some string functions I am just showing you how to use it. And then the new format, there is a new string format which has come, new f string format, which is PEP 498 from Python version 3.6. Okay, this is introduced to make our life little easier, because this is little confusing. Okay, as you can see that we will make a mistake there. Now suppose if you want to give a parameter like a parameter, you want to give it to a print function, you can do that. Now f and then followed by string. Okay, this is the f string format. Now my name is, then I give name as a parameter. Now what happens is, whatever is inside the flower bracket is treated like a variable. It's not part of the string, it is scanned differently. And then if this label is defined already, its content is replaced here. Okay, the flower bracket won't be visible, and then that is coming up. So this is a easier format than what you have seen here. So the string, when you follow it with f, it becomes f string. And the new, this is a new format, Python enhancement proposal. This is standards in Python, where you, if you want to come up with the new features in the language, people come up with the different standards. This is the number given on a Python enhancement proposal. And then if all the people agree, then it becomes a part of the language feature. So this was introduced as PEP 498, where you can add a f to a string, and then instead of all these percentages format, this is a little old. Okay, you don't need to use them. Okay, though I showed you because you might see a code with the earlier version of 3.6, you may have this, but later on people started using this format, which is easier and less confusing. Now, suppose if you want to have some even expressions you can have. Suppose two numbers are there, and then you want to print the value of this expression. Again, this is coming up. I don't know why. Now, suppose if you want to look at the value a plus b plus 2 into b. Okay. What happens is, whatever is given within this is an expression. It computes the value based on what you are given and then prints the value, prints the expression there. Okay. What did I do? Mistake. Oh, f I didn't put. Okay. You have to put f, otherwise it will treat it as a separate, just a string. If you put f, then it will interpret it as a expression within the flower bracket, and then if the variables are defined, then it computes the value and then prints that value there. So it is very user friendly and easy to make use of. Okay, so one thing before I close on this discussion on format, one more thing, template, I will explain, and then we will go to some different topic, or we'll get into a lab. Now I'm going to introduce one more import from string. So let me explain what it is. Okay, so template is a sub class within the string, and if you want to import string, if you say complete object, complete library will be imported, but if you want to only use a part of it, of a particular sub module of a bigger module, then you can say that from string import only the template, so that some portion of that will be only template will be imported. Okay, now let me use this for another formatting. This is one way of doing another formatting. So let me have a parameter 1. Okay, let me type it. Now you can construct a message template $P1 and $P2 are parameters 1 and 2. So you are only creating a template here, which is expecting a parameters, and the names are P1 and P2, and it is embedded within the string now. Okay, this is embedded within a string, which can be used to feed in different values based on different parameters. It will print you different values, so it will be useful for printing something, embedding something into it, okay, as a parameter. So now you want to print this message while substituting the parameters. Now this is given a value. So now what happens is, this is the parameter. You have created a template which accepts two parameters, and then you are substituting them with this parameter 1 and 2. So it will be replaced there. Okay. Now you have a freedom. Now you can call this with the different values and you can print it. So the rest of the message can be same. You can create a template and then use it for using the print multiple times. Okay. So this is all about some of the formatting. Okay, but I feel that nothing can be memorized or remembered forever. So you find out from the user manual, or whenever you want to use it, a particular thing, you can look for it. Okay, now let us look at a problem that I want you to solve now. Okay, a very simple one. Um, any questions before that? Okay, nothing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, what if in the template we want to print dollar? So is there anything means double dollar or something?
I don't know. Maybe we can try it out. Most probably escape character, I feel, or double dollar. Okay, let me try it out. I don't know. Okay, no. See, double dollar maybe in a unique string. Yes, double dollar works. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
good. So you asked me so that I also got to know this. So okay, any other questions? See, mostly it's all trial and error. We have to figure it out or look at the manual. Okay, that's the only way out. Because language is also evolving and they are adding more and more features to it. Okay, now let us see how to use some of these library functions which are there. Okay, we saw some adding string equal to, we saw. Okay, format also we saw a little bit, dot format dot, and then you can even compare greater than, less than, equal to a string, all that you can do. um, and then get size, capitalize we saw. Okay, fine. Now let us look at the which one we are going to be using for the lab today. Okay, there are plenty. Now let us look at this one. Okay, what I want you to do is use any of these functions to figure out what kind of string you are getting. Okay, now let us try out one of them. Okay, and then I will leave it to an exercise. Suppose my string is there already anyway, so print, okay, sorry, if is alpha. Okay, this can be used with respect to str. Okay, okay, how do you know whether to call this using a string dot s alpha or like a length? Okay, length is not like this. Okay, let me tell you. See, length you will be calling a length function, you will be calling it like this. Okay, you won't be calling str dot length. Okay, whereas some of these functions, wherever the self parameter is there as a first one, like a C++, this is passed as a first parameter, which will be called with respect to the object. These methods are all with respect to the object. So you can realize this by looking at this self as a parameter, and the return type will be either true or false. Okay, so if you want to have, if you want to find out whether the string is an alpha or alphanumeric, we can find out. Okay, this is a alphabetic string. Okay, now we don't have str, so I need to have my, did I have my str is there anyway, so let me use that. Okay, so it's not alphabetic string because there is a number. Okay, in the my str. So let me, okay, let me create another string my str which doesn't have one there. And then let us call this. So this is alphabetic string. So only alphabets are there, no numbers are there. Okay, so this is an alphabetic string. Okay, otherwise I will call we'll use if string. We have used it. Okay, we know that. So um, okay. So what we learned, we are using it. So I am writing a f string now, and then I have defined a parameter variable which is already there. So my str is an alphabetic string. Okay, so you know how to use it now, and you know that s alpha is help. S alpha is one of the functions which can be used on a string object. Now, anything else I need to show you before I ask you to write a function? Now, okay, I have not told you about while loop. Okay, while if you want to use it, okay, you can use I less than 0. Okay, I less than 0, colon, okay, something, print. Now, okay, there is no I plus plus. Okay, our C we will get into there is no I plus plus available here. Okay, so this is how you put a while loop. Okay, so very simple. Any while or if or else else if you need to terminate it with a colon, and then you need to make sure that you give a tab here which will be in a while loop, and then what is following without a tab will be outside the while loop. So that's the convention. So for loop I think we saw, while loop we have seen now. What else you need for this, and function definition you know how to do it. Okay, now what I want you to do is two problems. Okay, let us look at each of them. You need to uh, define a function which accepts a string, okay, which checks for the following types of strings are being passed to it until done. That means until you give a string which is a done, it will keep on asking for you to give a string, and then whether the string that you are feeding in falls under one of these categories is alphanumerical. That means the string what you are giving as an alphabet as well as a numerical number, like my string 1, which falls under this category, and is alpha is only alphabets, no decimal, no numbers. Is decimal is only numbers. Okay, it has got 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. Is digit is a single digit, 1 2 3, then this will be true. All of them are like a boolean. It returns a boolean value, so you need to put a if condition to check for this and then print them. Is numeric is a numerical number. Okay, it can be a, I think, floating point also. Is space, if suppose you are giving only blank spaces, this will be true. Is printable, except carriage return, all those kind of control characters, everything will be accepted as is printable. Is title, is title is something like if you have a string which is every word is capitalized, yeah, man on the street, so this is a title. Okay, any every word has a capital in the front. Is upper is all of them is capital. Okay, now the challenge is how do you order them. Okay, how do you order them that whatever string you feed in, it will fall into one of those categories. Okay, so that you need to figure it out. Okay, now I will show you working code. Maybe I'll okay, 1 second, I will open it. Oh, sorry. Okay, Now this function, let me run it. Give any string with alphabets and numbers. Okay. Now let me give a simple one. It's an alphabetic string ABC. Give another string to terminate. To terminate, give done. Okay. If I say done, it will terminate. The given string is done. Exited the analyzed string. Okay. The function is exited. So you need to do it the same way. Okay. Now let me run it again. Okay, alphabetic. Now this is okay. Let me show this. You are not able to view it. So let me stop it. Let us start from the beginning. Top. Okay. ABC1 alphanumeric. Okay. Decimal 3. It should be digit. Okay, let me see. And then capital. You can use the upper function, okay, for this to check for the is upper. And then title. Yeah, good boy is a title. What else is there? Space. This is a space. Anything else is there? Printable. Is a printable characters. The only is digit, I don't know why it's not working. Let me check it. It was fine. Alpha, that's all. Okay. I want you to just write a code, which is a function. Now done, how do you check it? You need to check it with equal to sign built in. You have a string with a done. So you develop it like this. Okay. This is one problem. You can ask me any doubts if you have. Okay. Now second problem is write a function which removes the capital letters with a hash. Suppose if you are having a string like this, if you are feeding in, it will replace the capital letters with a hash. Your function is replace with a hash, The rest of the contents are untouched. Okay, so let me run the program. Ooh, I should have taken care of it. How do I run it now? I can run it from here. Oh, I have to keep it open? No need. Okay, now let me tell you how to run it from here without opening the file on that. Now you can pwd, present working directory, is similar to the IPython is similar to our Unix window. So it will give you the directory where you are. Okay. And then ls you can give. This is in session 4 I have. So I need to go to the lab directory. So I can go to cd let me see, labs, lab 2, tab if you give, it will give you a directory. So I have gone to the directory where my file is, problems. Okay, now I have problem 2 which I have tried. So let me run it because I don't want to show the implementation. I don't know whether you guys have taken the screenshot. You guys are smart than me. Okay, Now give a string for which caps are to be replaced with a hash. Okay, so you can see that it will just do once only, it will not wait continuously. It replaces wherever capital letters are there, it is replacing it with a hash. Okay, so this is the function, second function. Okay, you need to implement. What you need to have, okay, let me see whether you have not been exposed to something which everything is known to you. Let me tell you what are the things you need to use it in this to implement. What I want you to do, given a string, okay, in the problem 2, given a string, I want you to construct a new string which is replacing the capitals with a hash. That means you are constructing a new string. Okay, and then rest of the contents are remaining the same. Now what you need to do, you need to go into the while loop. Okay, scan through the input string. So you have to get the input string first, input, and then scan through the input string character by character. You know how to do it. You can do while loop with the I, and then you can string something I you can do, so that you get the index. And of course you should not go over the board, cross this limit. So you need to get the length of the string before you start getting into the while loop, so that you don't exceed the limit. So you need to have this indexing way of accessing every character, and then you need to check whether a given character is an upper character or not. That the dot upper of that particular string will give you whether it's a alphabet with a capital letter or not. Okay, in that case you need to replace it with a hash, otherwise you will be continuing with the original string. So I will not tell you more than this. This is enough to implement it. Okay, problem 2. Let us see problem 1. Will you have any other issues to implement it? In problem 1, what do you do? You need to define a function which is analyze string, which takes input string. Okay, and then you will be doing a if condition. If this in string is dot alphanumeric dot dot something, or L if something, you do it. L if something, you do. Okay, what you should do is, if you encounter it, what I did is I was printing it. Okay, maybe with the parameter you can print it. This string is alphanumeric, this string is space. Now you need to capture everything. Okay, if you change the order in which you are capturing it, you may miss something inadvertently. So you need to see how do you order them, so that you don't miss out anything. Okay, that's all I want to tell you. Not a very complicated implementation, it can be done easily. But if you are not done any Python programming at all, you are encountering some new things. But whatever I exposed to you so far is enough for you to code these programs. I'm not introducing anything new. Only thing is you have to use those libraries, which you can always take it from the help. If you want to know the library function, help str, you keep it on one window and find out which function you need to use and what is the format. Of course, you can Google also if you want. Okay. Shall I stop now? Do you want a break, or maybe you can continue with the implementation? I leave it to you. Okay. Shall I just go on mute and then you will start implementing it? I hope you are working on this problem. I sincerely hope so. Any
Yes,
questions before you start? I will do one thing. I will share this question PDF. Otherwise, you don't know what I am asking for. So I will save this as a file and send you as a mail. Okay.
Sir, how do we have to submit this problem?
I will create an entry in the LMS. You can submit it there. Or it is not actually meant for submission. You can just do it because you are doing it in the lab only. You can show it to me or send me a mail. If you have finished it early, please send me a mail. Or if you are open, I can even share the screen. I don't know how to do it here on Google Meet. Maybe possible. You can show this, show the implementation to the class also. It's open-ended. I'm not evaluating you on this, but it's only a practice which will be useful for you in the exam or assignments. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So suppose we have a string like 5. So then in that case, what should we print? Like is numeric and is digit both?
Can you give me an example?
So suppose we have a string which contains 5, a character 5. Then in that case, it will be like both digit also and numeric also.
It will be alphanumeric also, numeric also. But I want you to say that it is a numeric. Okay. Let me show you what I did. 1 second. See, this is actually can be alphanumeric also, right? Alphabets are not there, but numeric. But I want you to categorize them as a decimal. Okay. Now, suppose if you have this one, I want you to capture it as a alphanumeric. Now, if you have alphabets only, then it should be alphabetic. You should not say alphanumeric. Okay. This also can be categorized as alphanumeric because only thing is numeric part is not there. So closest category. Okay. Closest category, which is this is purely alphabet. So I want you to categorize as alphabetic. And then this is purely numbers. So I want you to categorize as a decimal. Okay. Not as alphanumeric or this. Okay. Now one string as a digit it was coming. I don't know why it is happening. I will check it on my code. It should be printing it as a digit. Okay. Only one digit, one character. If you can figure it out, you tell me. Okay. I'll check my code later on. Maybe I can't do it in front of you. The other things are all okay. See, suppose if you have space. Okay. Let me explain. Space is also a printable no, it's not a printable character, so it's it will fall under only is space. Okay. Any other? Yeah. Suppose if you have a, what is it? It's only upper. Okay. If you have something like this, it will be title. Okay. I leave it to you. If I give you the same input, you should be able to capture it. Now, how do you order it? You decide. Okay. Did you get it? What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.